Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Monday, May 13th, 2024. I barely slept last night. I hope I'll be sleeping next night better, and I hope you've slept a lot better than I did. I think it has to do with the solar storms. I'm actually going to look at the solar storms in my second card reading of this video. What's been going on? What is the energy? But first of all, I want to talk about something very interesting. I saw there was an article in the Belgium news paper. It's called Het Laatste Nieuws. And this was about a list that's going to be revealed on the Film Festival of Cannes. It contains 10 big names in the movie world. And this is about men that are behaving in not a very good way. And it's going to be revealed. Apparently there's some panic going on. And I think this is very interesting to see because we see this celebrity thing falling apart. We've seen, of course, with Epstein, the list that hasn't been revealed yet, but we know it's going to come out sooner or later. We've got P. Diddy. We've got now the rap world with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Things are coming out about that as well. It's very interesting to see. So we'll have to wait and see if this list is going to be revealed. But apparently one of these men on this list, there are 10 men, is an Oscar winner. So we'll have to wait and see. Another thing I think is very interesting, that hundreds of thousands of TikTok users are banding together to block celebrities and influencers following the Met Gala earlier this week, where wealthy celebrities spent several thousands to attend the annual fashion fundraiser amidst global crisis, which many internet users are billing as a dystopian situation similar to the fictional Hunger Games series. So they are not very happy with the celebrities not speaking out about Gaza and what's going on there, doing all these luxurious things when people can barely pay rent or barely feed themselves. So it's actually kind of just blowing up in their faces now. And I think that is very important, that all these institutions like the Met Gala, like the, Cannes, how to say this, the movie festival in Cannes, they're all seen as this incredible thing. People were looking up to it, the Oscars, things like that. It's completely falling apart. And I think that's a good thing. Another thing that's been falling apart is the Eurovision Songfestival here, at least in Europe. It's quite well known. I'm not sure in America if it's that known or in other parts of the world. But the Eurovision Songfestival, I'm not sure if everyone is aware of it, but it was just a disaster. And I was just looking at it and I had this feeling like this is done on purpose. So I'm just going to, have all these countries with all these outrageous acts. The act from Ireland was actually mentioned as being very dark and very, strange things happening in that. They actually came out also with that. You can see some clips on Telegram as well from the performance, that it's been happening. The symbolism, it's so in your face with Eurovision for quite some time now that I think it's purposely done to wake up people. Well, anyway, we of course had a representation as well. Joost Klein, he was going to do Europapa, and apparently he was disqualified. And this never happened in like the 68 years that the Eurovision Songfestival is running. So this was really a complete disaster. And they apparently say that he did something to a photographer or a camera, someone using the camera, a female, how do you say this? We say cameraman, but camera woman in this case, apparently. Or he made a kind of movement that scared her, or he destroyed the camera. It's a bit unknown. Multiple stories are coming out. Personally, I think it had to do with his stance on Israel. He was in the panel when the person from Israel performing there was asked how she felt about the fact that she may be putting others in danger by, joining this or participating in the Eurovision Songfestival, because there was a lot of criticism about that. And she just said, well, I don't have to answer that. And then Joost responded, why not? So There's some friction going on. There's a lot of things coming out also about that Israeli delegation of that hasn't been acting in a very correct way, but they were allowed, of course, to perform because we have this political correctness going on. And to me, it's just amusing because they've kind of got themselves in a corner. So, of course, the dark energies have been using this divide and conquer for a very long time. And they were the ones, writing the narrative. But right now, I have a feeling the white hats have kind of taken over this process. Because they're kind of stuck. You've got the pro-Israel, but you also got the pro-Gaza. Suddenly, that's all over the place. And they're kind of stuck here. Because who is the most politically correct? Yeah. That's going to be an issue, and they kind of locked themselves in. So it's very interesting to see. And so I just wanted to do a card reading on that. And I also mentioned that Joost really doesn't have to worry about a thing because he really doubled his followers on Instagram, and apparently Europapa is really storming the lists again, so he really doesn't have to worry about that. But the European Broadcast Union does have to worry about a thing because a lot of people are fed up with them. And of course the points that was for the Netherlands were supposed to be announced by Nikki de Jager, but she actually withdrew because of the disqualification. And so the boss from the the Eurovision Songfestival actually showed up, and he really got booed. So it's not going really well, and I think it all has to do with destroying these organizations as well, showing what's really going on. So the cards I've got, well, this was the first one I got. That's the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's a white hat operation what's going on now. We won't see very much right away with the Four of Swords as the central card. We've got the Ten of Pentacles for the past. We've got the Page of Pentacles underneath the Four of Swords. And for the future, we have the Six of Swords and the Five of Swords. So we are moving away from this. I think we are completely moving away from everything connected to this. But the Five of Swords, this is more things are going to come out, and it has to do with power play, probably being very hypocritical. I think more of those things are going to be out in the open, especially, like I said, they're a bit cornered now. What is politically correct? Which side are they really on? So I do think that the divide and conquer is now being used to expose them, to expose how hypocritical they are, just like with the celebrities at the Met Gala, really spending all this money. Oh, look at me, I'm so wonderful, while there really is a crisis going on. And like I said, a lot of people can't even afford food for their own children. You really don't need to see celebrities shoving it in your face. It's really now working against them. And this entire, they try to be pro-Israel. And then, of course, there are people standing up for the Gaza, wondering why, what's going on here. And it's very interesting to see. But we're moving away from that with the Six of Swords and the Five of Swords. But things will come out. Very negative things, I think, about what's been going on behind the scenes. We're going to hear more things about this. Like I said, white hat operation. We're not going to immediately see a lot of things, but more and more things are going to eventually come out. This is all an opportunity to show people what's really going on. And I think especially here in the Netherlands, a lot of people are kind of fed up with it. So I'm not even sure if it's actually going to return or in what form it's going to return next year, because really right now it's a disaster. And I'm just looking at, I was like, yeah, great. Let it be a disaster. Let people see what's been going on and all these political ties and things that are happening. And it's really about pushing agenda, symbolism, certain narratives, and it's really blowing up in their face right now. So the second thing I want to take a look at is the solar storms. And I saw an article from the USA Herald that says solar storms light up the skies without damage to infrastructure. And that is very interesting because there were so many, we have to worry, the internet's going to fall out and we're going to have this disaster, we have to be prepared. Well, right now, not a lot has happened. There was also a mention about HARP now being in full effect. Well, I haven't really seen anything about that as well. I do know there was an earthquake near Mexico, in Guatemala, if I'm not mistaken, in that area. But really, that's all there was. If it was in full effect, we would have seen something by now. So I do believe that we are being protected, and it has there's different energy going on. And the cards I've got for these solar storms, right now we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Devil card as the central card, we've got the Four of Wands in the past, we've got the Seven of Wands underneath the Devil card, and for the future we have the Strength card and we have the Knight of Swords. So when I'm looking at these cards, to me this is about connecting, and really this is about taking, how do you say this, really getting rid of all these dark energies, especially with the eclipse that happened on the 8th of April. So much has been put into motion. I think this is just really working this, getting this energy in so people can realign with it. Some people were sick. I've heard from a good friend of mine talking about that she actually was really sick for like half a day. More people in her area and in her environment happened the same thing. And I think especially for sensitive people, when all these energies coming in, like I've mentioned last night, I barely slept. It's really about changing our energies, and we at the Seven of Wands, we are in a way better position than the dark energies. And I think this is just helping us gaining more strength, you know, getting our strength together. A lot of old things can come up. Last weekend, you know, the last couple of days, there was so much coming up for me. I actually had some help with that, luckily. But really things I wasn't aware of, and I do think you can notice that in your own life, things that are still, you know, pain, anger, frustration, things like that can come up now because of these energies coming in. And it's like we're working together with those energies. We are raising our energy so more energy can come in, so we can raise our energies more. And of course this will have an effect on us. But I see we will get into a strength. I see the Knight of Swords, and to me it feels like there's more of a stand against the dark energies. We're going to see that more and more with the Knight of Swords, not accepting anything anymore. It's going to be very obvious. We are in a way better position. So I understand that a lot of people are still waiting for things to happen. You know, when is this going to happen? When are we, you know, when are these puppets going to be removed? But we need to focus on ourselves now, on our connection with God, on our connection with our soul. So we are ready to bring in these new energies, because the more we are ready, and we're starting to see this because this energy could come in because we are more ready for it and opening ourselves up, the more we ground this new energy, the sooner this new world will really start to show, because we are starting to create it. But this is our part. This is the part we need to do in this great awakening, is to take care of our energy, look at the things that still need to be healed, things we need to take a look at, needs to be changed. It's very important that we do that and that we focus on that and really step into our strength, our power. And I think that this energy storm or solar storm is helping us with that. All this information coming in, opening ourselves up, grounding this energy, and then we can bring in change. I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.